I'm Nick Pomeroy with PR Equipment out here in Kearns, Texas. Hey, today, I want to go into something I don't think we've really covered well before, and that's the difference between the E and the M series Massey Ferguson tractors. So, and I need to be clear about this. This video is going to be on the 1800 series, and later we'll follow up with a video on the 2800 series, because the differences do vary a little bit based on the series as well as the E versus the M. But I wanted to talk about kind of some of the bigger things, the bigger spec changes, the bigger features that are going to be different between these two tractors. Just to kind of let you know what you get with each version. So a couple things. One, the E is available in 3 horsepower sizes: the 25, 35, and the 40. This happens to be the 1840 horsepower, or the 1840, which is 40 horsepower. And it's going to come in either a synchro shuttle transmission or a treadle pedal hydrostat. So there's a couple different options for that, 3 different horsepowers. With the M, it comes in either a 35 or a 40 horsepower. So there's no 25 horsepower available in the M, which kind of makes sense because it'd be a pretty expensive 25 horsepower tractor. But beyond that, there's some similarities, but horsepower is kind of one of the only real close similarities. And in fact, it's the same engine. So it's a 1.83 liter engine on both of these. But that's kind of where the similarities change. And you're looking at this and you're saying, wow, that's a 40 horsepower tractor. And this would be the same size as the 35 or the 25. But that's a 40 horsepower tractor. But yet this 35 horsepower tractor is bigger. And that's the first thing you notice when you step up, is the size difference. And one of the biggest differences is obviously the tire size. And it's pretty massive between the two. Now, there are other tire options for both of these, which wouldn't seem quite so large. And there's some really good tire options that maybe are just a little bit smaller. But we do a lot of times like the larger tire option. We just think it does give it a better stance, gets a little more ground clearance, obviously a little more loader lift, things like that. But that's, like I say, that's one of the first things you notice is just the physical size difference. Probably the next thing you notice is maybe the loader. And so on the 1800E, it's the FLX 2407. This loader's got a capacity of 1,450 pounds. It is skid steer quick connect. Good loader. This is kind of the first tractor we get into where you could move a hay bale with it if you were needing to feed some hay. And it makes it a really popular tractor. Now on the M, we're stepping up to the FL 2611. So the 2611 it's got 1,880 pounds lift. Still skid steer quick attach, but now we're adding a pretty significant amount of lift capacity at about 530 pounds. It's quite a bit more lift capacity, but it makes sense because it's a larger tractor. When we talk about the larger tractor, let's talk about a little bit of the weight difference. And so the M here is, I believe it's 600-ish pounds heavier than the E series, right? So you do get more tractor here. A few other things to notice is we talked about the transmission options. So this just happens to be the shuttle shift version. This is a synchro shuttle. And by the way, this shameless plug for our YouTube channel here. If you haven't seen where we do the pull test with the 1840E, or I think it's even a 35E shuttle shift tractor, it's pretty impressive. So check out our YouTube channel for some other videos. This is a very popular tractor we sell a lot of. Primarily, it's a good economical tractor, but it's a pretty impressive little beast here. But so what you've got is you've got a shuttle shift. It's a synchro shuttle with 4 gears and 2 ranges. So you basically have an 8x8 transmission. So you've got 8 forwards and 8 reverse gears. Very simple transmission, very easy to use. Not a lot of frills to it, but it's really good at putting that power to the ground. Your other option for this is a 3-range hydrostat, also a good transmission. It's a little easier to drive, obviously. No clutches, nothing like that. Not quite as much direct power to the ground, but the hydrostat is much easier for loader work and things like that. Now, when we talk about the M, you're going to be talking about 2 different, we still have a hydro and a mechanical option, but it's going to be a power shuttle. And so when we're talking about a power shuttle, you're going to be able to shuttle like we did with the other tractor, but without clutching it. So it's a very nice option for a transmission, just a little bit more premium. But you've also got the E-Servo hydrostat option, which you've got some controls over here on the far side. where you can actually tune this transmission. You can change max speed, you can do cruise control, you can do the aggressiveness of the transmission, both acceleration and deceleration, which make this a pretty cool transmission, as well as these suspended side-by-side pedals. It makes it really easy to control. Once again, got the option on both tractors. Really not a bad feature either way. One other thing that's worth pointing out, obviously our M is kind of the premium model, but where the joysticks are mounted. So on the E, your joystick is loader mounted. That's pretty common with the economy tractors for them to be mounted off the loader frame. It's not a bad place to mount it. It actually makes things pretty simple, but not quite as premium as when we step up to the M series with this integrated loader control built right into the side console. So kind of moving on and talking about some more of the controls, you can kind of see how this operator station is just very simple, right? And that's the goal behind this tractor. Obviously, we're trying to keep costs low. So it's a very simple operator station, steel platform. The seat's got some suspension on it, but not a ton. But it's a very simple operator station. When you step over to the M, it's more of a flat operator station. It's got a nice rubber floor mat. The seat's got a little bit more suspension to it. It's adjustable suspension, so you've got a little bit more of a premium seat that comes with it as well. But also when you look at the layout of the controls, you can tell that this is just a little bit more premium versus the E series, which here again, it's just designed for functionality, right? This tractor is just going to get the job done. If you're not on it all the time, E's a great option, but if you're looking for something a little bit more premium, the M's a great option. A few other options like we've talked about with the layout of controls. No, and I guess I should mention on the transmission that the E-Series shuttle shift is a 2-range, 4-gear transmission, so 8 speeds, where the M-Series is a 3-range, 4-speed transmission, so 12 speeds. It's also a synchronized transmission in the M-Series, which makes shifting just a little bit easier. So a lot to like there. Both tractors have ground level fueling. Both tractors have toolboxes. Both tractors share a lot of the same features and functions, just a little bit nicer and a little bit more premium on the M. And I'll bring you back around here to show you a couple other things. I should mention it's also electronic engagement of the PTO on all M series. On the E series with the mechanical, you're going to have a mechanical engagement of the PTO on the E series. But I want to show you a couple things about the rear hitches. And so very simple rear hitch on the E series, does its job and does its job well. Gets a little bit more premium when we talk about the M series with the telescopic links and things like that. So just like here again, a couple more premium features. Lighting and things like that are very much the same. So if you're out shopping for a tractor, you should know like the E series is a more popular tractor for us. We sell more of these. There's a couple reasons for that. One is obviously it's a good price point and it does what you need it to do. So for a lot of people, this is a really good option. And not to mention that, but this beats the competitions in so many different categories, whether you're shopping orange or shopping green. We rarely run into a situation where we go up spec for spec and don't beat on price and have better specs. So it's definitely worth checking out if you're looking at the Kubotas, the 01s and 02s and things like that. This tractor is gonna hold really well up against the competition in those categories. And so great simple tractor that if you don't need it every day, but you got to have something for the property, maybe move a few bales, feed some animals, this is a good option. But if you're going to be on the tractor a little bit more or are looking for some of those premium features, maybe a little bit better, a little bit, fancier or nicer experience, the M series is a good one to look at. So beyond the specs, beyond like say a little bit more hydraulic flow, so faster loader, things like that, more lift capacity, and things like that, they both more or less do the same thing. The M's just going to do it a little bit more premium. So y'all, if y'all are looking for a tractor, come out and see us here at PR Equipment. We'd love to help you regardless of what product line, if it's a lawnmower tractor, compact tractor, large tractor, whatever it is, we'd love to help you. You can call or text us 903-270-0877. Check us out on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're always doing more videos like this, and in the future we'll be working on the 2800 series video, so you can see the difference in the 2800 series between the E and the M. It might help you make your decision. Regardless, you get more with Massey.